Luckily, we are not Friday, but Sunday, the 13th of December 2020. Day 13 of our 24 days of random awesomeness. Let's get right into today's gift bag. What do we have today? Heavy bag, plasticky sounding. Let's open this and have a look. What do we get today from Santa? Let's start right off with an MRE. Well, you probably know what MREs are because YouTube is full of videos about MREs. Meal ready to eat, MRE. This stuff is handed out to the soldiers of the military when they are out in the field and they need to eat a warm dish. Basically, in this bag, there's everything you need for a single meal. You only need water to prepare it. And that's what we're going to do today. In this case, this is menu number 8, meatballs in marinara sauce. And it comes with some accessories and stuff. It says in French, boulettes de viande sauce marinara. Voila. It's warfighter tested, warfighter approved, and warfighter recommended. Yes. Let's put this on the side for now. We will open this in a second. Let's just have a look what else we have. We have some more meals. This is a MRE or a MCW, a meal cold weather. So basically the same thing than our generic MREs, but this one is made to be consumed in a very cold environment. For example, this stuff is all I just see that, no, it's not ripped, it's not torn up. This stuff basically is all freeze dried, so it won't be able to freeze when it's cold. For canned food, it is quite a bad thing when this stuff freezes. So everything in here is kind of freeze dried or is not able to freeze that easily. Next one, let's grab this one. What do we have? We have a brown bag MRE. Just to let you know, I'm basically collecting these, so yeah, that's why I'm having them. This is a brown bag MRE. These were made from the 1980s to the mid-90s, and then they switched over to this more tan-colored bag. This is an old one. This is from 1992. It says meal ready to eat, individual menu number 8 again. But in this case it was ham slice and an accessory packet, probably some drinks and coffee. Sopaco Incorporated, Mullins, South Carolina. Yes, 1992 MRE. They were a bit lighter. No, probably not. But the bag is a bit smaller or a bit more narrow. And maybe, well, they have basically the same thickness. And you see, this is menu 8, this is menu 8, so they changed the menus over the years. There are, I think it's mreinfo.com, where you can check out what's actually in these bags beforehand. So, yeah, in 2000, this, by the way, is a new one. This is from 2019, so this is menu 8, meatballs in marinara sauce. Let's put this over here, let's put this back here, and let's grab the last one, which is actually quite heavy. And that's it for the bag. This is the German version of an MRE, an Einmannpackung. It's called in German, so it's a one-man packing Federal Defense individual combat ration. I remember these things were usually in a cardboard box, and they switched to plastic bags, I think 1 or 2 years ago. And this is menu type 1, Western. Yeah, this is quite heavy because this is not only a single meal. This is basically 1.9 kilograms. This is a whole ration for a whole day. And when we compare this, you see that compared to an American one meal MRE, this is quite way bigger than that, and it weighs like 3 times the weight of this one. Now, as I know, I think this is some sort of goulash in here, and there are 3 meals. You only need water. I don't think here is no heater in there, because usually most of the MREs nowadays, they come with a heating system, one or the other. Some come with a little stove and a little aspid fire block. Others come with a chemical heater. You see, by the way, this is made in France. What is actually a good sign, because I think that the French MREs are like considered to be the best. And I already made 2 ASMR videos eating those MREs out in the forest a good while back. And well, I will put this somewhere. I will put this probably somewhere around here, so we still can see it in the frame somewhere. Let's put this somewhere like this and like this, and yes. Now, should we open this? Yes, we should. And to make things a little bit more authentic, I got a nice styleful tray. Let's dig into this. And I mean, you probably saw already videos about MREs, right? So they have those peelable seals that sometimes work, sometimes they don't. This one works, which is cool. Now let's see, what do we have? A whole bunch of stuff and powdery things. That's all for this bag. So it's a bag in a bag. Actually, it's a bag in a bag inside of a bag. Yes, what do we have? We have Italian breadsticks, TFF, whatever that means. But yeah, Italian breadsticks. We have these cardboard sleeves, as we will need this later on to heat this thing or to keep the heat inside. The 5 hours for optimal recovery, replenish energy stores often, repair muscles, replace fluids and electrolytes, reduce fatigue, rest and recover for the next mission. Yes. Okay, so now they actually give you indications what you should eat when you do what. What is new to me? Chocolate protein drink, peanut butter and crackers, 90 grams of carbohydrate and 25 grams of protein. Okay, well, let's put this here. Now, this is a chemical heater. I mean, I'm telling you this, maybe you haven't seen an MRE yet, right? Others say, yeah, I know that isn't a chemical heater. We saw this a million times. Well, these are basically pads filled with a magnesium iron mixture, and when you put in water, they produce heat, chemical heat, and you put basically the meal in there, and it will heat up. We will see this in a minute. What else do we get? We get a hot beverage bag. So this is supposed to, where you put your water in with some coffee, and then you put this, stuff this in here too, to heat it up. And you see you have like an indication of how much water you need for what. We'll see that in a minute. We have a cherry cobbler. Pretty cool. Maybe we can heat this up as well. We have a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder orange. Ooh, we have some jalapeno cheese spread. I really like this stuff. Even it's quite chemical. We have a teriyaki beef stick. Hey, that's cool. I haven't had that yet. Teriyaki beef stick. We have an accessory pack where we have some instant coffee, some sugar, salt, sometimes some hot sauce. It seems we don't get any hot sauce with this one. See that, open that in a minute. And then we have that one. It's a little torn up. Chocolate chip cookie. Yes, chocolate chip cookie. Pretty neat. And we have our main, which are the marinara sauce and meatballs. As a famous YouTuber would say, let's put this out onto a tray. But we already have our tray and we have all the stuff piled up here. So let's get right into it. What should we start with? I think we start with heating the meal, because that takes a while. So you're supposed to rip this open. And then we stuff in everything we need to heat. So we put this in here. Let's maybe put in the cheese spread, and we put the cherry cobbler next to it afterwards. We have to knead this because oil and stuff will separate in this. And well, by the way, on this thing you see the ingredients of each of the main meal and the dessert. And take a look how much stuff they put in there. These are all ingredients, and as we may know, canned food usually does not need too much of ingredients as it is canned and sterilized. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, that's the thing, you know. As I'm pretty often in the States, they tend to put so much stuff in everything. Like when you buy, for example, freezed French fries here in Europe, usually you have 3 ingredients, which is potatoes, oil, and salt. That's about it. And it gave me a very hard time in the States to find some regular fries that don't have like xanthan gum in them and millions of other stuff. Sometimes, I mean, with cheese spread, you know, I'm okay with it because I really like it and I'm not eating it too often. But when I spend time in the States, of course, over a couple of months, you tend to eat like chemical treated stuff on a permanent matter. And that's, I think, not a good thing. For example, here again, for the chocolate chip cookie, we have like a whole list of ingredients. Natural mixed tocopherols. I have no clue what this is. Lecithin, well, cocoa butter, for once, something that I know. Thiamine, mononitrate. So a lot of stuff they put in there. I mean, okay, it needs to be, you know, eatable for a long time, but still you could achieve the same thing without all this stuff in it, because most of the people think all this crap needs to be in there to make this thing shelf stable for this long. No, you don't need that much stuff to make stuff shelf stable for quite a long time. All right, so let's get back to our heater here. Our teriyaki beef stick. I wanted to put some cheese spread in here to make it a little bit more liquidy. Then we need some water. Let's grab some water. And you really need a little tiny amount only, you don't need much, because it has this do not overfill line down at the bottom. So we can actually add a little bit more. Shake this around a little bit, and you see it already starts bulging, which is good. That means the reaction is set off. Now it says we have to put this against a stone or something. Well, let's get something. Just put this here like that. Yes, and let's do its thing. By the way, we get a nice spoon with it. And I really like these spoons. I have some of them in the kitchen simply because they are quite tough stuff. So for a plastic spoon, they are absolutely reusable. It's not something I think you're supposed to throw away. Now let's dig in. Let's open stuff up. Let's start off with some Italian breadsticks. They, by the way, never heard about breadsticks in Italy. Well, they did, but they are completely different than what this looks like. Yes, chemicals. And the smell of some oregano, I would say. Oregano and basically oregano and flour. There is not much else. Ugh. Well, let's break this in some nice sticks, breadsticks. Let's put them like this. Yes, because we always play with food. All right, that's that. Next, I'm looking forward for some jerky. Let's have a look at the chocolate chip cookie, the all-natural chocolate chip cookie. Oh, it broke in half, but that's okay, because still it looks fine. It looks like a chocolate chip cookie, shelf stable for 10 years. And it smells, yeah, it smells of cheap chocolate and rum. Maybe that's some of the preservatives, but it smells a bit of rum, like rum cake. Interesting. Where is the accessory packet? Here. Let's move on with the accessory packet. As I said, this is like where you get all your little needed things like a moist toilette and a non-dairy creamer, coffee creamer. Enjoy 0-calorie sweetener. Haven't seen this one yet in an MRE. I know they put Splenda in there for over a lot of years now. We have some TP, toilet paper, some iodized salt. We have some Bill's Brew instant iod. And so my camera turned off. So what I basically did in the meantime was I prepared some coffee with the coffee creamer and sugar inside of this beverage bag. Actually, I forgot to put this inside of the heating bag. And also I forgot to put on the cardboard sleeve. Now, again, my camera stopped, so I already opened this here. This is basically Gatorade, orange Gatorade. Even I think this one has less ingredients than actual Gatorade. So let's add about this amount of water. Let's have a look at the teriyaki beef stick. Probably something like, how are they called? Slim Jims? No hiss. Teriyaki beef stick made by Bridgeford. What does this smell? That smells okay. It smells exactly similar to Slim Jims. Maybe even a bit better, I must say. It smells quite nice. Let's put this here. Alright, what else do we have? We have our cherry cobbler. I should put the breadsticks here, basically, so I have more space in here. And again, we have those little hairs everywhere from the bag. So I don't want to eat these, even they are probably the most natural thing in this meal. Cherry cobbler, by the way, in German is called rote Grütze. Yes, it's a weird word. And it does not make sense. It's not a word that you can explain or, yeah, it's just a name in German for it. That smells good. Yeah, it has this this vitamin taste. You know, and it's a kind of a chemical bitterness taste, and it needs more water. It's way too sweet. That's another thing. In the US, things tend to be way sweeter than here. Like everything is way sweeter, and when you're not used to it, it can be a little weird. That is better. Yeah, chemical orangey taste. Nothing special. Nothing very good. Should we bite into this teriyaki beef stick? Yes, let's try this. Yes, this is a Slim Jim. Same taste, very acidic. You know, again, beef or beef jerky. The original idea of beef jerky was when you dry meat, it is a dried good, and you can keep that for many, many years. Nowadays, of course, they don't have the time to dry it properly, so they need to add at least 50 more ingredients to it. And that's kind of sad, because this is stuff we put inside our bodies every day, and it does not make real sense. Especially stuff like you know, like xanthan gum or you know, silicon products that are only used to make things, for example, more flexible or stick together better. Or in salsa, for example, they put in xanthan gum to thicken up the substance, so it gets a nice gooey mess. It's a bit sad. The thing is that the market nowadays swapped over in another direction, that they now sell like salsa without xanthan gum, and then they call it organic, and they ask to double the price of it. Let's take out our chemical heater. Yes. Now, let's give this a try, shouldn't we? Well, yeah. Well, honestly, it could be worse. It's actually quite okay. Oh, these breadsticks aren't that good. Let's try one of these meatballs. Can we? Yeah. Actually looks like meat. I just can read here: cooked meatballs, beef, mechanical separated chicken, and textured vegetable protein, of course. You have to fill this stuff up somehow. These breadsticks are awful. Let's put on some cheese bread. I think that will make this whole thing way better. Cheese bread most of the time saves these meals. We still have some separation going on of the oils. Yes, it's definitely the cheese spread that makes this thing eatable. This is my improvised teriyaki pepperoni pizza with jalapeno cheese. Let's give this a try. This is actually quite pleasant. What about a meatball sub? Let's give this a try. The part that really interrupts this meal are these breadsticks. They are really bad. Oh man, those breadsticks are really, really bad. They should come back to regular crackers. Well, better than nothing, but I kind of feel like after going to a fast food place, like this, this feeling of being full of cholesterol and stuff. Now let's try our cherry cobbler. Pretty sure that's one of the best things in that menu. That's actually quite good. Let's try this cookie. Oh, there's a note of cinnamon in there. That's quite good. Well, this MRE was okay. I must say, there are way better ones. I would give it like a 4 out of 10 when somebody would ask me when it comes to MREs. Not a big fan of that one. My favorite MRE, by the way, is, I think it's called the pork riblet or barbecue pork riblet steak or something like that, which basically is a McRib inside of an MRE. You have like the pork patty, you have a little bag of barbecue sauce and some sort of bun with it. And that is quite okay, I must say. I would give that a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I will put this away for now. And we will have a quick look what we have tomorrow. Number 14th, the 14th of December, when I'm correct. A smaller bag. I think this is like the smallest one we had so far. Very small, tiny plastic box of some sort. Yes. Let's put this away and we will see tomorrow what's in there. I hope you enjoyed. I will bring out a whole bag of trash right now. And I see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Until then, see ya.